All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Mike Sports Podcast Show here with my good friend, my boy Greg Rufus. Where loving you is all we do
Yes, sir.
in the
Yes,
in the
sir.
great state of Memphis, Tennessee. That's right, the great state of Memphis, Tennessee. Um, Greg, you had a busy day today, I know. Down there
Hmm.
with Music Fest. Of course, Memphis in May is the busiest time of the year in the city of Memphis.
All
And
weekend, all weekend, it's been busy.
it would be even busier if the Grizzlies were in the playoffs.
It would be. It'd be
It,
even more
it
crazy,
would
more
be,
traffic.
yeah, it'll be even more hype.
Yes.
Uh, if the Grizzlies were in the playoffs, and it's a, we just have to wait till next year, I guess.
Yep. Yep.
But we're gonna start off the show with the shout outs. Want to shout out Penny Hardaway. He's putting a squad together. We got the Memphis. We got the Memphis former players returning or staying in town. Uh, we got Parker Pounds. We got Fred Smith Juniors, Cello Jackson. We added Holloway, who was involved with John Morant, but that's not the of his story as a Memphian. He's coming back home, and I believe he'll be an instant impact on the basketball team. Also got Thedford as well, and added Luke. Uh, I don't want to characterize him as just a white kid, but a player with an extreme amount of talent and highlight appeal. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. Um, and then we also added Weeks to Bully Weeks to the team as well. So Penny's doing something,
Hmm.
and he's putting the squad together, a complete squad, and all we need right now is just some bigs, and we the Tigers basketball season looks very promising. Also, the women's basketball team they added a player as well, and kind of like the positive vibe the women's basketball team is garnering together. So shout outs go to the men's basketball program and the women's basketball program. I want to highlight a story that came out that I saw on Twitter that really just blew my mind. All right, so the number one player in the 2028 class, his name is AJ Williams, has agreed to a 2-year, $4.8 million. That's right, $4.8 million NIL deal with Duke. So he is committed to Duke on a $4.8 million deal. He is 16 years old.
Hmm.
The deal will compensate the 16-year-old during his junior and senior years of high school before enrolling in college. That
Hmm.
completely blew my mind. I did
Right.
not know that you can make deals like this with high school kids.
I didn't know either till you
That
said
is
it.
completely wild
Yeah.
that you can sign and commit. I know you can commit to a school,
Mm-mm.
but NIL, he's going to get a little bit of that 4.8 million while still in high school. That is crazy.
That is crazy. Duke and it's Duke, right?
And it's Duke.
It
And I
shouldn't
mean,
surprise me. Yeah, it
only
shouldn't
Duke,
surprise me, Duke.
yeah,
Yeah.
only Duke. And I'm pretty sure, other blue bloods could do the same thing. But
Yeah.
they're the first school that I've heard that are paying high school kids before they even get there. And apparently, I'm sure some pen and paper had to be signed for this to go, but
Yeah.
that is completely wild to me, Greg. What you think?
I mean, is it legal? I mean, but then again, it's Duke, so you know they do stuff like underneath, like the big blue bloods, like you said, Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina. I think
Yeah,
Florida now you could put Florida into the big Arizona, Michigan. I would see. I would be. It'd be more shocking if it was like a Power Five, not a Power Five school. That would be more
yeah,
shocking, like Wichita State or even
yeah,
Memphis, even us. Like
yeah.
that would be
Even
more
Memphis,
shocking.
yeah,
Like where y'all getting all this money? Like I don't. Where y'all getting the resources from? But 16
it's
years old,
crazy.
it's crazy,
That's
crazy.
wow. That's crazy. I mean,
Right.
he's probably a one. I'm assuming he's a one and done type of player. I
hmm
never seen a highlight of the guy, but
hmm
that is wild to me.
What's his position? What's his position? You know his position?
I think he's a guard. I think he's a guard.
Okay.
He looks like a guard. Um, but I just thought that was completely wild.
Can
And
he dribble out of a full court press? Because I think that's what Duke's problem the last 2 years. Can he get out of a full court
hey,
press? Like, that's the question.
yeah,
Because the
yeah,
last 2 years
and make
they
smart
got
decisions like
bounced.
in late game situations.
Yeah, that's all I want to know. I think that's what Coach Shire wants to know. Can you dribble out of a press? Like, and can we get out? Can we like get out of our own heads and win a championship? Because they have too much talent, dude, not to have won a championship with a Cooper Flag the year before with
Yeah,
Cameron Boozer. Not like that. Just a complete meltdown. Like,
that's an extreme risk though too. I mean, but you know, the transfer portal, like the NBA draft this year is at its lowest amount of entrants. I think right now it's like 70 some odd players, which is the lowest it's probably ever been.
mhm,
And you have a lot of kids pretty much or men, young men staying in school and getting the NIL money.
yeah,
So, you know, they it's and then like okay, on the women's side, I think uh the player that committed to I believe it was Oklahoma State,
yeah,
um, from Iowa State, and she's making like 1.4 million for her, senior basically last year.
uh-huh,
And that salary alone is she's the third highest women's basketball player
okay,
above 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 the WNBA who
yeah.
just made a deal, and it's like wow, they just made a deal, but you still got regular college women, making more money or about the same amount of money as the new deal.
What
That's
was
like
what was
wow.
What was Asia Wilson's contract? Was it 6 million?
I
For
think
5 million?
so. It was like 5 or 6 million.
That's ridiculous.
And
Like you
Aaliyah
said, that's
Boston. I think it's Asia Williams, Aaliyah Boston,
Austin.
Ali and then this college player.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's
And I mean, she's making just as much money as the WNBA player.
mm.
Like, I mean, the NIL is completely. I'm not gonna say it's off the rails, but it's just amazing amount of money that they're getting. They're getting paid, and
I
that's
hate to say this. I hate to say this about the WNBA, but I feel like it's on its last leg. Like, and I know they got these TV deals coming up with NBC and Prime Video. I just I'm trying to hang on to watch the WNBA. I'm trying to hang on, but it's by a thread that it's hanging on to. And I know they just came up with the collective bargain, but 6 million, 7 million is our highest paid player. That's absurd.
it's just the conversation of it. I mean, I know it's gonna grow. It's gonna get better. I mean, considering where it was, it could
Yeah,
be worse.
it could be worse.
And I
Mm.
mean, with these NIL deals in college, which I believe this is why government is getting involved. I mean, talk
Yeah,
about even in touching the NFL, you got some guys that probably can go to the draft, but they're not getting paid NIL type money
yeah,
for certain positions, like
yeah.
quarterback, maybe wide receiver. or whatever, they're getting more money through NIL deals than they would an NFL contract or an NBA contract. And I imagine, I mean, the same with the NBA draft. You know, if you're not drafted in the first round, you might as well just stay in school.
Yeah,
You
might as
might as
well.
well just stay in school
Might as well.
and make more money in college than you do. And the sad part about it is that's probably the most money that they may ever make is in college. They may
Mhm.
not even be good enough to go play professionally, but this is probably the most money they'll ever make. It will be in college through NIL deals.
Yeah, if I'm not guaranteed a first round lottery selection NBA, I might as well just stay. Like I
Mm,
might as well get like every can I can get and be like, oh, I'm not his first round selection. I'm second round. Let me go back. Let me go to the portal and go to Michigan or North
yeah,
Carolina. Michael Malone's the new coach in North Carolina. You don't think he's gonna get me higher up into next year's draft? You sure? I'm
yeah,
sure he is. Like, so there's just it's so many options and layaways like these players have that they resources that they have now that they didn't
yeah,
have like 5, 10 years ago. Like, so it's
yeah,
it could be good. I'm in favor. I'm always support of the players and all. Like, get your money, but realize, hey, get it smart. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm just going to be
yeah,
going to the second round," like Bronny. I feel like Bronny James stayed in the league, stayed at USC one more year. I think he would probably been a 30th pick, like a first round pick, high
he,
pick.
yeah.
But neither
He
here nor
would. I
there.
mean, he definitely would have made more money NIL wise than what he's
Right,
making now.
right.
You know, if it was about the money, but you know, that's
Hmm.
their what they decide to do, their family dynamic. I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna
Right.
be like Ron Hopper,
Mhm. Yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean, he wanted to. LeBron wanted to play with his son. His
He
son wanted
wanted
to
to.
play with
That's the
dad. So
story about it. Yeah, he
you
could have.
know,
It could have been
he
one more
could have
year though.
stayed,
Yeah.
and Bryce Young, he's in Arizona.
Hmm.
Sure he's making that dough and making a whole
Get
lot
more
of money.
playing time. I think a lot of
And
Arizona
yeah,
players are going to leave. He could get more playing time, more looks.
yeah,
Probably play like what 5 minutes. I think
yeah.
if
I mean,
like
he'll be in college next year, um,
yes.
and so he'll probably see the floor more next year.
Hmm.
But man, it's some wild times, man.
Yeah.
With the
Did,
NIL.
hey Mike, did you hear that are they moving it to 76 teams in the tournament instead of 64?
Yeah,
Like
that was gonna be I was gonna put that as my story of the day. I was gonna actually read the
okay,
article. I don't
okay,
have the article, like, right in front, but I'll probably do it at the next podcast.
okay.
And, but yeah, expanding from 68 to 76, I think that's
76.
crazy. And there I know I saw the story segment Doc Holliday did. He was kinda insinuating that the extra teams would specifically go to Power 5 schools, and not schools like Memphis, which I disagree. I think if you're good enough to make the tournament and you have the resume for it, you will be selected. Because
Yeah,
every ACC, SEC, Power 5 school, whoever you may be, they're not all great and good, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
that's um,
You
but I
disagree
mean,
with the
it
great Doc Holliday? Yeah.
yeah, 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 man. I mean, I like him, but,
I do.
I disagree with a couple of his topics
I
sometimes.
I do. I
I like
bump into
to read
him
the
a lot, and
stories,
I
you know,
talk to
but
him. Yeah, I bump into him. I talk to him a lot. I'd be like, "Man, you said something wild on your your Twitter again." Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's like, "No, I do. I do. I like to get it. I like to get the numbers up. He does. Like he
yeah,
says a lot of, but he reps Memphis to the day he
yeah,
died. That's what I
yeah,
like about
yeah,
Doc
yeah.
Holliday. So,
Much respect to Doc. Shout out Doc Holliday,
he
give
does.
him a shout out.
Yeah.
He definitely stands on business when it comes to the city of Memphis and athletes and holding people accountable.
But to answer your
I really
question
love
though,
it.
Memphis, if they can't get into the tournament after they expand to 76,
Right,
like,
right, right,
come on,
exactly.
come on.
I mean,
Penny's going to
It,
get fired. Let's just play it. Penny will get fired. They can't get to the tournament next year. Let's
they,
go ahead and
yeah.
just get that out the way right now. Like,
If they don't make it, yeah, his job is definitely on the line. I think right now it's like championships, AAC championships, and tournament appearances.
yeah,
As long as and however long he wants to do it. I personally think if he doesn't make it, he'll probably just step away.
yeah,
But I think, I mean, yeah, his job. Everyone knows his job is on the line this year. So,
mhm,
and that's why this year with his this group of guys that he's recruiting is crucial, crucial. I mean, today we lost a recruit to UAB,
mm,
which I mean, he was a junior college kid. And the craziest thing about it is I saw the reasoning why was because he wasn't filling the role that Memphis was selling as far as like bringing in competition. At least that's how I understood the tweet. But I
yeah,
mean, I've also been following UAB basketball and looking at their Twitter page and their fans. And I mean, they just signed a guy that was like top 10 power forward in I think last year's recruiting cycle right out of high school. They got a roster of 10 guys. They have like 3 centers right now. So when you're talking about like not wanting to compete, and we don't have a center at all. So you know, I don't get that. I don't understand that. Maybe there's some behind the scenes as the reasons why. I I, I hope it wasn't in regards to money, but
yeah,
you know, I got confidence in Penn. We're going to find a replacement. But it would have
mhm,
been nice to have a double guy because that's exactly who he was. I believe his name is Matt Blow or
yeah,
M Blow. Yeah, Matt Blow. I believe is how you pronounce his name. But I mean, it's not a good look for Memphis to be losing recruits to UAB. You know, a rival at that. But
yeah,
anyways, and then another thing I shared out that I was following too is Kentucky because they lost on this kid named Stokes,
mhm,
uh,
mhm,
who decided to go to Kansas, and it goes to show that name recognition it matters. The coach matters also, you know, because I believe if Kentucky still had Coach Calipari, Stokes probably would have went to Kentucky, but because Pope is the coach at Kentucky, high school recruits, high school recruits are no longer just looking at Kentucky as a go-to school. And so, you know, Bill Self, he's probably at the tail end of his career. You know, every year it's going to be, is he going to come back? Is he going to, you know, or is he going to step away, retire, and whatnot? But then it comes out that he was trolling Kentucky. He went on a Kentucky visit after he had already signed with Kansas. That's wild. That's crazy. And you know how crazy Kentucky fans are.
they
The
are.
Kentucky fans, man, if they lose a game, they lose at anything, any game. They it's Armageddon. It's the end of the world.
Yeah,
Um, but that was wild and crazy that I read this week. Um, but moving on to the NBA,
mhm,
the NBA proposed a new system to address tanking. And I'm just going to read the tweet that um, Shams it's a 3-2-1 lottery proposal named to represent the number of lottery balls per team. It would expand the lottery from 14 to 16 teams. Teams that do not qualify for the playoffs or play in tournament but stay out of the relegation
mhm,
zone, spots 4 through 10 will receive 3 lottery balls each. Teams with the bottom 3 record, the relegation zone would have just 2 lottery balls, but have a floor of the 12th pick, while the rest of the 13 lottery teams will fall as far as the 16th pick. So basically, let's just put it this way: if you the worst teams, the top three, the worst teams with the least talent will have less of a chance to get better. Pretty much,
Hmm.
that's basically what it is. If you're in the top three, top four, um, with the worst record, you have a less chance of getting the first pick. But if you're between 4 and 10, you have a greater chance of getting a top pick,
Wow.
which is crazy because I mean it pretty much says you need to be fighting to win instead of tanking to lose. If this was in place years ago, two let's just say 2 3 years ago, rosters would look completely different. The
Yeah.
Spurs would look completely different. Probably Oklahoma would look completely different.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas would look. I mean, a whole bunch of teams would look completely different as far as their roster is. Um, but we'll see. It's a proposal. Teams, the GMs, the owners have to still vote for it. So,
I just I don't agree with it though. It's like to me, if you want to get rid of tanking, yeah. Like if you see a team that's like deliberately tanking and not playing players and trying to lose, like purposely trying, fine them, give them a $500,000 fine, take their draft picks. I'm all for that, but to do it for everybody, include everybody into this anti-taking rule, I think that's a joke. I think it just needs to be the format that it was. NFL does it where okay, if you just suck, number one, like you're just gonna. I wish they would NFL would do NBA, like have a lottery, and just stop having the Raiders, stop having like the Cleveland Browns have a top 10 pick. When are we gonna get the same rhetoric about a top 10 pick going to Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns or the Las Vegas Raiders, or it's the same teams every year that get a top pick? Like I'm tired of it. I would love to see the Tennessee Titans. I would love to see the Dallas Cowboys maybe get a number one pick. Let's see what Jerry Jones can possibly do with a number one pick. The Baltimore Ravens get a number one pick. My Philadelphia Eagles get a top five pick. Like, sky's the limit. We already know that Howard Roseman is one of the best GMs in the league. But a top five pick, man, that's fool's gold. That's like that's hitting the jackpot with us.
I
But
mean, I think with the NFL, at least they do it by record. I mean,
yeah,
they do it by record, but you know, I
they
don't
can
know.
say,
I think with the NBA, with the way NIL is right now, they
mm-hmm,
might as well not even have a lottery. Like, why even have a draft?
that's fair enough.
If you put all those players in just the free agent pool
Mm-hmm.
and they slug it out that way,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
fair
don't
enough. That's fair enough. I just
because the lottery is really more of a show. As
it
bec it has become more of a show.
it's become more watchable than the draft to me.
Yeah,
Certain
I
points in the
mean, the
draft,
10
anyway.
it's what, a week away?
Yeah,
And
during the finals, conference finals. Yeah,
yeah, the lottery is gonna be a week away, and everyone's gonna be tuned in is what the top picks are gonna be. And they'll
mm,
be more than likely the last year because I believe changes are coming or will come, next year and years after, to address tanking.
yeah,
Because I mean, Indiana, Washington, for example, we know that next year they're going to be better. They're going to
yeah,
be 10 times better. And entering this year, Boston, we thought that maybe they will be a team. considered to potentially be vying for a top pick with the loss of Tatum. But they played through the season and they were the 2 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'll be interesting what the tanking proposal turns out to be. But turning to the playoffs, we had 3 game 7s.
Yep.
Uh, 3 game 7s. And um the West, we have OKC versus the Lakers, and then we have the Spurs versus Minnesota. Anthony Edwards could miss 2 potential games in that series before coming back. Austin Reeves is back with the Lakers. Luca might be a while, but he could come maybe later in that series or
Which needs
if
to be now. Which needs to be now. But yeah.
yeah, which or if they advance, which I don't believe they will, versus
Mhm.
OKC. Um, but and then on the Eastern side, we have Detroit
Cleveland.
advancing from a 3-1 deficit.
Yep.
Got Cleveland, they advance, and then New York advances versus Atlanta, and then the Philadelphia 76ers coming back from a 3-1 to advance to play the Knicks. But
Yeah.
just reviewing the first round, what stood out to you? We can go through each one if you want to, but is
Uh-huh.
there anything that stands out? Like what stood out to you between the Rockets and the Lakers? That series.
The Lake well, okay, I'll start with the Rock. The Rockets are still $1 short to being great. And they are missing. And I know they missed Van Vliet, and I know they missed
Mm.
Steven Adams, and I know they missed Katie
Mhm.
by most of the series.
Yeah,
But
crazy.
they are missing a floor general that can just get things glued up. Like
Yeah,
there's just spotter all over the place. Like them pushing it to 6 is a testament. Like they have what it takes to be disciplined for maybe 2 games. They could be disciplined for 2 games.
yeah, they choked
But for
that
the
one.
rest of the
Yeah,
series, you're undisciplined. Like there's no camaraderie, there's no ball movement. It's just let's just shoot threes. Let's just shoot threes like the Boston Celtics. And just if it goes in, it goes in. If it's not, we look like mud. We're just
yeah,
stuck. Like, and that's what they're missing. They're missing a floor general. Now, if they go after Giannis, they go after Kawhi Leonard, somebody else. Chris Paul is available. They had an opportunity to get CJ McCollum before he went to the Hawks. That would have helped them out. Like, I just think like they need a floor general, true veteran that's a scorer, not just somebody that's just in the locker room, but somebody can actually play and hoop that can help them come together because they are just all over the place when they don't have
yeah,
anyone to help them like a floor general assassin. So that's my take on Houston. They have a great future. I really think Udoka needs to be on a hot seat. Like I don't know if the seat's on fire or they need pour gasoline. Like he needs to be on the hot seat because this is the second straight year you can't get to the second round. I mean, and people had you going. They had them going. A lot of people, like 90% of people, had the Rockets going to at least the
man,
second round, even without Kevin Durant. There's
yeah,
just too much. And then it's the same thing over and over again. You have no point guard. You have no point guard. We've been saying it all year long that the Rockets have no point guard, and they don't. And game 3 cost them. That last thirty seconds was their season. Like,
yeah,
they could have been up 3-2 and probably forced the game 7. And we're having a whole
yeah,
different discussion if you don't have a point guard, if they had a point guard in that.
yeah.
So just,
They had opportunities. They wasted those opportunities
yeah,
and just simply didn't address those issues, especially the point guard. They
yeah.
had all the time in the world to address the point guard situation. Didn't even get a backup point guard. And I think the thing is, like everyone talks about KD's Legacy and Joker. And Joker, I'm gonna throw in Joker situation because they lost, losing to
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Denver hasn't went past the second round, and they couldn't get past the first round this year. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone's talking about Joker. And I mean, just looking at the Jokic and Kevin Durant, both of them MVPs, both of them probably first ballot Hall of Famers,
Oh yeah.
great players, great careers, all that. KD from OKC, Golden State, Brooklyn, Phoenix, Houston. I mean,
Yeah.
as a fan, I like longevity. I'm starting to look at KD's career a little bit different as opposed to Jokic, because a lot of people want to throw Jokic in and say we need to hold him accountable. And I'm thinking, well, Jokic, he's doing what his role he's doing what his role is. But
Mm-hmm.
KD has been to all these teams, and he has not led a single one of them to the promised land at all.
Yeah.
As great of a scorer he is not. He's been a bus rider.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but he's been a
Sure.
bus rider instead of
Sure.
the bus driver. Charles was right. I got to give it to him. You know, prolific score, great score, but and
He
it's
need.
unfortunate that he got banged knees or whatever. You're kind of
Mm-hmm.
wondering why they going full speed anyway in practice, whether KD gets hurt. You know,
And the game
it's not
three
the same thing.
absence,
Yeah,
and then also the game three absence. He wasn't even on the bench. That's a real question mark.
yeah.
That to me what raises more question about his leadership outside of the of court. You can't even be on the on the bench. Like
Yeah.
I
And
know
then,
he's gonna probably
they
be
say he
back.
was rehabbing, but he could have been out there,
He could
you know,
have, could have.
supporting the team, cheering
Like
for the team.
it goes more deeper than just you being on the court and demonstrating what you do. Like he could have been on the bench. Like, look, these last 30 seconds, do this, do that. Because he's been there, done that. You've got two championships. Like they will listen to you more than they listen to anyone else. Him and Udoka.
Well, see, that's the thing. I really think that this year that team was really just disconnected.
Yeah,
And I think Jabari said it best in the exit interviews. He basically said that they relied on KD for pretty much everything.
they
And I
need
mean,
to
why
do.
wouldn't you? I mean, he as great of a scorer as KD is. All you gotta do is just throw him the ball. But there were times during the season where their body language just wasn't right. They just looked like they didn't enjoy playing together. And, Emu Udoka, he's a good coach. He's a tough coach, but he made 0 adjustments during.
Zero.
I mean, it's one thing to be intimidating or appear intimidating and tough, but, you trade Dylan Brooks for KD because you wanna win a championship, not just sit in the first not just the first round. No, it looks horrible,
Yeah,
horrible for KD to not advance to the at least the second round.
it
It
does.
I mean, it's in the amount of teams he's been on, he might as well just stay at Golden State. But
Yeah,
his sensitivity to Draymond Green and whatever was going on in Golden State, he could have just stayed in Golden State.
absolutely.
I
But he
mean,
wasn't gonna get the credit. He wasn't gonna get the credit if he kept winning. But he wanted to win. And that's the thing. He
and
wanted to win
I
a
mean,
championship.
if that's what it's going to be like, if you're going to switch, because even this year there's speculation that he might get traded
Yeah,
and they may not run it back. I think they should run it back.
they should.
I think they should run it back with Van Fleet and
Steve
get at least
Adams.
one good year with Steven Adams.
They
But I
should.
mean, they gave away and they gave up on Jalen Green to
They're gonna
bring
have to
in
pay.
Kevin Durant for a championship, and
Right.
they failed miserably.
They did. And they're gonna have to pay Ahmed Thompson 250 million. He's getting a
Yeah,
max
I
deal.
mean, that's the offering, and that's extremely high because he's not even. He's a very good player. Very
Hmm.
good. But last year was he was better than this year.
Yeah. I
And
think
I think,
expectation. Like
yeah, I
you gotta
mean, the
shoot more.
role, yeah,
And he's not a shooter. He's not really a shooter. He
he's
needs
a,
to work on his
he's a
jump shot. Yeah.
yeah, he's a defender. He can get downhill and he can score. He's a quick guard.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's a lot of money.
Jabbar Smith, you're gonna have to get some, you got to pay him. I mean, they're gonna have to pay a lot of these people, and it's like, what's left?
And
What you
they're
got
gonna have
left?
to pay
Nothing.
or let them walk, or they're gonna have to take a discount because they definitely are
Yeah.
not worth the amount of. They're not max money franchise type players.
Hmm.
They're not. And I mean, if you're going into the off season and there are questions about who's staying and who's going, you know, I think in the last podcast I did, I kind of suggested that what if you trade Sengun to the Grizzlies and for John Morant? Wouldn't like it
Wouldn't
in
like.
the division, but let's just say if that happened, because
I would.
they need a point guard or they need somebody.
Yeah.
But I just naively threw that out there, because they look displeased with Sengun, throughout the season, talking about his defense. You got Perk talking about how undisciplined and how selfish they're playing, and then he's flip flopping. He's calling uh, LeBron James a senior citizen
Which he
for
is.
not for
He is.
and everything.
He's the
And
best senior citizen in the NBA ever. So and he gets it done yet again at 41, leading the team in points. I mean, and I want to get on the Lakers. Like I give credit where
yeah,
credit is
get
due.
to the
Like
Lakers. Yeah,
I was probably the only one that picked Lakers in seven. Because I
you
was just
did.
out of
Yep.
my, and it should have been five, should have been four. I mean, six is okay, but I just think like LeBron leading this team, I just didn't like how Houston played down the stretch. I felt like if they kept it close, because they don't know how to close a game, the Houston Rockets. I personally thought if they could just keep it close and you let Luke Kennard, who now look, I told everybody like them getting Luke Kennard benefits them. They could have got CJ McCollum, yeah, but Luke Kennard can shoot the bat like he's a shooter. What LeBron loves shooters. He loves shooters on his team. Just pass it
Yeah.
to Luke. Pass it to Marcus Smart. Pass it to Rui, who's shooting. I've never seen Rui shoot like this. I didn't think Rui could shoot like this, but he is. I just, I think, and JJ learned his lesson last year. He was in his own head. I'm stubborn. I'm not gonna go big with Minnesota last year. I'm just gonna go small and let Rudy Gobert dominate. What? Like bad understanding. He understood what Udoka was doing. He understood it, and he understood the assignment. He got better. He got better as a coach. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to do a lot more coaching this series against OKC than ever before. So we're gonna
High
see what
IQ and
adjustments he has.
experience carried the Lakers versus Houston. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna have
High
to.
IQ, high IQ and experience carried the Lakers. And I
Yeah,
mean, hey, give them credit. They
they,
they got Austin Reeves back,
they do.
and they're acclimating him back into the lineup. He's tolerating. He's playing unhealthy, but he's out there giving it his all. He's getting some rest now. Before their sweep clinic versus Oklahoma City. Uh, but
Oh,
uh,
you said it's a sweep. You think it's a sweep?
well, I don't know. Maybe the Lakers get one.
I think they get two. I think they get one or two. I'm
Maybe they
leaning
get
towards two. I think Thunder
one.
is six. I just think it's a tall, even taller task. Like for LeBron, SGA,
Yeah,
who's gonna win his back-to-back MVP this year. I think that's foregone conclusion.
it
Um,
just it would have been better. It would have been a way better. I would say if Luca was playing, it could go 7.
it could go seven. Yeah, if Luca is, I think it could go seven. Luca comes back, but I just think they got a lot. Jalen Williams injury he's still hurt. I mean,
Yeah,
that's something. Like it's nothing. It's something. Like Jalen Williams
yeah.
helps them balance them out even more.
They
Um,
need them. They're gonna need them in the finals,
if they
Western
steal one of
Conference
these two games,
Finals.
right? if the
Yeah,
Lakers still won on the road game 1 or 2, we got a series. Like
yeah,
we got a series. So it's interesting to see what kind of chess match these two teams play.
yeah,
SGA, he's smart, he's decisive, he knows how to foul, he knows how to get people to foul. I mean,
yeah.
it's a trait that he has.
Jamarcus Smart versus SGA.
None of the games have been close in the regular season. I get that, but it's the playoffs. It's
Oh,
different.
yeah,
It's just
that too.
different.
Every
It's
game's been a blowout. I've been trolling the Lakers, honestly.
mm,
Um, when just quite random questions have been coming up, and like, what if the Lakers actually do it? And I think on one of them, I responded, it'll be a great opportunity for Bronny to get playoff experience.
yeah, when they get blown out. Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll
When
be down
they-
so many points,
yeah.
and yeah, you might as well put Bronny in there and
Yeah.
you know get him some playing time. I mean, the OKC is just so deep. They're so deep, man. I
Yeah.
mean, they got some no name players that they could be starting on the bench. And I mean, they're just
Crazy.
a really deep team. They're
Cindy.
a really good team.
Yeah.
I I don't see the Lakers really having a chance. I mean, LeBron was more looking forward to getting around the golf in before even playing.
That's what a 41-year-old is supposed to say.
He was
Tired.
excited that Toronto won that last game, the
Phew.
RJ Barrett miracle, and he's like, "I can get around the golf in before game one."
Yeah.
And he gets rest. I really, I'm starting to really think that this might be LeBron's last year.
Yeah. 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 I think so.
I don't know. I just got that feeling that this might be LeBron's last year. I'm
I
not
think we
sure
get
if
one
he
more
really,
year. I think one more year. I think we get one more year. I think we get one.
yeah, yeah, maybe one more year. I don't know. He does what he wants to do. I just think right now it's like stat padding. You know,
Yeah.
we
Look.
we we know you got the numbers. I
Yeah.
still riding with Jordan as the greatest of all time, but
It is
hell
what
of
it is.
great career for LeBron. I mean, career
Two things
wise,
could be
he's the
two things
greatest.
could be right though.
Yeah,
I think he mentioned this past week about the MJ LeBron thing, and he says, "Look, we can't hate both of like one or the other. You can love both of them, like love what this guy does, even love what the, but we can't hate or just decide because they're two different players. Like, and
yeah.
I
Two
debated with my
different
friends over and
positions.
over again. They're two different
Yeah,
spans. Like Michael Jordan can score the basketball with the ease of all ease. LeBron does not think that. He wants to get everybody involved. He's the
yeah.
Magic Johnson of
He's
my
movable.
generation.
Yeah,
Just move, like find a way to like make the game easier. He's the smartest guy on the court, and so
yeah, yeah,
he's the smartest guy on the court. Like at 41 years old, so I always debated on and on and on. I think overall, just overall, Mike LeBron is better, but Michael Jordan is an assassin, and it's just
yeah.
killer. And I just if LeBron
Defense
had
and
that
offense.
offense and defense, right, right,
I
he doesn't
mean,
flop, and
yeah,
Mike and LeBron doesn't.
yeah.
Michael doesn't flop. LeBron flops. So I mean.
Man, you mentioned flopping. I mean, Jalen Brown went in on Embiid, and this last series, how Joel Embiid flops. I
I
mean,
think both of them are
Philadelphia
yeah, I heard
coming
that.
back from a 3-1 deficit,
Yeah.
and which Boston. I mean, Tatum, he sat out the last game 7 with a knee injury, and Joel Embiid was pretty much the difference maker. And you really can't even say that Philadelphia was a 7th seed. I mean, that was just, with a healthy Embiid, with Paul George, um,
4 seed, maybe a
and
4 seed.
Maxim, I
Yeah.
mean, Maxey
Yeah.
and Edgecombe, that's a really good team.
It
A
is a good
really,
team.
really good team. They're not a 7th seed. It was just really a bad matchup for Boston. I mean,
Yeah.
they were throwing up bricks in that game 7, just bricks, and they just kept shooting threes, and they kept missing them, and they
Easy.
were at home, which is wow. but
No attack plan. No Joe Mazzulla. I was
no,
thinking we're gonna get a Joe Mazzulla. We've never seen this before. Throw it at him game seven. That's what I was thinking because the same thing you throw at him, it's not working, Joe. It's not
yeah,
working. Like we can't just continue to shoot threes over and over and over again. We need to
yeah.
go inside. We need to screen inside.
They had no
Get some
inside game
movement.
whatsoever. No inside
Hey,
game.
Richard, like Derek White
Just
was such a
three.
liability. I was saying maybe just put Pritchard in. Like at this point, you might as well. Derek White disappeared. He showed up in one half last night and then went nothing the second half. Like nothing. I'm just thinking to myself, like, they got a lot of questions. A whole lot of questions. My number one question now, we've got a full, what, 8 years with Brown and Tatum together? Has it been eight
Mhm.
years? And we
Close
got
to
one championship. And we got one championship. I
mm,
think it's time to really digest and look at, can Brown and Tatum really play with each other? Like it's really time to have a discussion. Like, can they play with each other? Do we need to separate them? Because I just think now and separate them and get more bigs, more shooters, more something. Because you will, if you trade Brown and Tatum, you're getting a lot returned to you. Like if you trade one of them, like I think it's time to investigate, like find out, can we really, like it's time to separate them. Joe Mazzulla part of it, like great coach, he does not like when things go awry, he just stands there like the Titanic ship just goes, like, and not just stands there and just looks around, like, do something, like, hire an assistant that helps you, that we can just go to him and help you out because you're hanging on to a championship like Doc Rivers. He's hanging on to it, like, oh, I got a championship. I don't have to make no adjustments. They have to adjust to me. And that type of attitude will always lead you to sink every single time with that mindset. You're gonna sink, you're gonna get sunk. Like, so he needs to adjust his thinking.
well,
I
the
don't know.
playoffs, they definitely expose you as a coach as opposed to just the players. I think when it comes to the playoffs, player availability is more valuable, but
Mhm.
coaching is king. And so, like, you can't play the same way in the playoffs as you did in the regular season. And it just caught up to the Celtics at that point. You can spread the floor out against the Kings, and then you can go to Chicago and you can do the same thing against the Bulls, and then you can go to Memphis, you can do the same thing,
Yeah.
that way, and you can win games like that. You can be a 2 seed playing that way. But then when you get in the playoffs, you gotta be consistent. You gotta adjust. You gotta change things. You gotta, drive to the basket. You gotta have players that will drive to the basket more as opposed to just shooting the ball. And
Yeah.
Boston just didn't have that. They definitely missed Horford. Um, they
They
missed
miss
a lot of
Porzingis.
pieces.
They miss
They
Porzingis.
were prime candidates for tanking this year, and I
Wow.
give them credit for winning and getting the 2 seed, but the only way you get a 2 seed is probably playing that style of basketball and just
Yeah.
chuck up threes and spread the floor and not really have a driver, you know, um, for the most part, I mean, they did shoot the ball well from
Right.
3, but in the playoffs, when you got Edgecombe and Maxey driving down your throat after every miss, and they're
Yeah.
getting that long defensive rebound, and them hustle plays, you're gonna lose. And then you got nobody, and then I mean nobody that can keep up with Embiid down low. You got
Nobody.
Jalen Brown over there trying to guard Embiid in the post. I'm sorry.
You know,
It's Embiid all day,
all day.
all day.
But it's
So,
game seven,
you know,
though. We didn't know what Joel Embiid was going to give us game seven. He answered that. He answered a
yeah,
lot of critics with his coming back from his. It was just if he didn't come back from this, the thing that he had, we would
I
have
didn't
questioned his heart. We would have questioned a lot of stuff if Joel Embiid did not come back. He answered
know.
that and some more. His toughness. So we need to shut up about Joel Embiid's toughness. I feel like.
Yeah,
He toughed it out and came back in the series. Tatum has been hurt most of the season, so I can give him a pass. Like he just couldn't
yeah.
go. I thought he would
I
still
give
go.
definitely give Tatum a pass,
I give Tatum a pass. Like I thought he
you
would
know,
still go and be like limbering, but
yeah.
it's better to be worried about get the future right, get it right.
He gave them a definite chance, but I think it exposes, like you said, the weaknesses of just not making the adjustments of getting a down low player. Now,
It's street
we'll see who they
basketball.
get.
It's street basketball with the Boston Celtics. It's like you know how it is when we play street ball. Like we would play at like Norris Road back in the day. Like it would just be a one-on-one contest at some point.
Mhm.
It'll just be, well, yeah,
Yep.
let so and so go, and he'll
Yep.
just win the game. Like, and we'll just everybody just standing around. Like, all right, we'll just wait till he misses, and we just get a rebound. That's what Boston does. They
Yeah.
just play street ball, and it bit them because you cannot. You have to have some movements. You have to do you have to do something to get open, have something going instead of just one on one, dribble, dribble,
Yeah.
dribble, and then shoot. Like it's just
Yeah.
not going to work. That James Harden Houston Rockets type offense is not going to do it. And I'm kind of glad
The D'Antoni offense.
the
Yeah.
D'Antoni offense is just not going to work. He never won a championship, so I think that's what Joe Mazzulla tried to do. Go back to Brad Stevens. He used to be a coach. Let him help you out on what type of
Yeah.
offense you want to run.
It
I'm kind
works
of
in different
yeah,
seasons. Every season is
yeah,
different. That they mimic different,
yeah,
players or teams mimic different things.
yeah.
So,
Uh, I'm kind of glad that Boston is out because if they played the Knicks next, that probably would have been a sweep or 5 games. Five.
it's definitely better for the Knicks than the Philly. That'd be a way better series. You're talking about Cat versus Embiid. We're
Yeah,
talking about Brunson versus
Brunson,
Maxey,
Maxey. It's
Edgecombe
insane.
versus Anobi, Paul George versus Anobi, Bridges. I
Yeah.
mean, Bridges. This is the series where Bridges he's
This is the
making his money.
this is the best series of the best semifinals matchup is this one right here.
Could be,
Like
yeah, yep,
this is the one
yep.
that's I know it's going 7 games, and I still take the Knicks. I want to give credit to Atlanta Hawks for just not showing up. Like you guys just
Yeah.
I guess you guys just was
They
too
just
happy.
need a low post guy.
They needed something. And I can't believe my eyes. And I told you this. I screenshotted. I don't know what's more shocking. What the Orlando Magic did Friday night and having a 24-point lead and then going ice cold the second half. Ice
Yeah,
cold. Like that's
versus
more
Detroit.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
Or what the Hawks did and said, no, this is the blueprint. How you just lay down. Like
yeah,
74 to 22. I had to like wipe my eyes. I'm like, wait a minute. Because I was in a baby class with me and my wife. I looked up, I was like, it's 74-22?
yeah,
Ooh. Like, that's bad. That's bad. And I
yeah.
like the
That
Hawks. They
game,
overachieved, but man, like
that game. I mean, Orlando woke up and they just, man. I mean, the last two games versus Detroit because they had Detroit on their heels.
they
I
did.
mean, Detroit was scrambling for answers, and I would have been really, really, really disappointed if Detroit didn't advance. But we expected so much more from Orlando anyway.
Hmm.
Because they shouldn't their seed. I mean, the 8 seed, they should have been at least a 6, at least a 6.
Yeah.
But you know, uh, for them to miss that many shots in Game 6 at home,
At home.
I mean, booed off the floor. I think they only made like 19 points or
19
something
points
like
second.
that
And they
in
were
the
up
second
24 at
half.
home. Yes.
I mean, that is unreal. That's unheard of.
This
And
that's
that's
the
just
lowest that's the
crazy.
lowest second half since like 1997. Like
Them, your coach gets fired for games like that, and he
series.
probably will get fired or let go.
Hmm.
Um,
Mosley. Yeah.
that's wild. I mean, Detroit, they're gonna go in advance and play against a familiar opponent in Cleveland. I think I'm gonna say this about the game tonight between Cleveland and
You
Toronto. I
were
mean,
almost right
Toronto.
though, Mike. Mike, you were almost right on Toronto though. You were like this close of being right on Toronto. You were
Man,
yeah.
Toronto, they were long and their defenses they bought in,
Mhm.
and I mean they were missing their point guard as well quickly due to injury.
Yeah,
And I mean, injuries just again main subject of the factor in the playoffs this year. But and then they lost Brandon Ingram to injury also.
yeah,
But he was kind of disconnected from the offense, I think, from the jump, and they really didn't like the role that he had to play or was given during these playoffs and the adjustments that were made. But I mean, Toronto's going to be, a really good team going forward if they continue to build with that roster. But
at
Cleveland
yeah, out of
today
all the
they
NBA
showed.
out of all
Mhm.
the NBA teams that were there, the Toronto Raptors have really I give them they earn my respect. And I
Yeah,
think like they can be a team that can really I know the cliches all the time is you can only get better from what season you had. Toronto can really get better if they added one more guy or two, a couple
yeah.
pieces. I
Keep
think
the
Kawhi,
core together.
yeah, keep it together. But if Kawhi Leonard's available, bring him back home. I think that would probably bring Kawhi back to Toronto. He should have never left Toronto in the first place. Like, bring him back. I think that would be a solid move if they bring Kawhi Leonard back to Toronto.
It will be solid if Kawhi wants to do it,
Yeah,
as if he wants to do it. That's the craziness about free agency.
yeah, yeah.
You just never know. You never know if you're gonna get traded, and you never know just how to. I mean, Kawhi, he pretty much gifted OKC a championship. You know, he
Yeah,
got Toronto a championship.
yeah.
Yeah, how many gifts did Kawhi? And the Clippers season, them not even making the playoffs, but the Clippers season, I mean, just crazy. They start,
They
they
start
got
off so
Harden,
slow. They start
D-Bosh,
off slow.
and Kawhi. They only win 6 games. They look
Oh,
horrible. Then they trade Harden, and then they trade Zubac,
Zubac,
and then they go on this run. Like,
Darius Garland
what's
is
going
injury
on?
prone.
What is going
Injury.
on with the Clippers organization? I mean, then they got the contract distraction. It's like, man, their whole season could have just what?
Exactly.
That's all you can really say is in that new stadium, they had a lot of opportunities. They had
Yeah,
opportunity to do something great.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But
Right.
now we have Detroit versus Cleveland. I really think that Cleveland tonight versus Toronto, they showed what they were supposed to be.
Yes. James
This
Harden got the
this is
monkey off
how
his
James
back.
Harden, this is how James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, this
Yeah.
is how you close, this is how you win the
Right.
game and close the series.
Right.
And they home field advantage was a definite advantage to them in this game.
This series, nobody won a road game. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Home field,
nobody won the road game. You're right.
yeah.
And
So
that's gonna be versus Detroit, that's gonna be a tough one.
you say that, and a lot of people are going to say Detroit. Detroit, like they get. I think Orlando punched some holes in there, and it made me examine like Detroit, just not as tough as what everybody thought they are. I can only I only experienced watching Detroit maybe like 20, maybe 1/4 of the season. I've saw a lot of Detroit games because they never really are on TV a lot.
Mhm.
But I seen Cleveland games. I seen like maybe half of the Cleveland games, and I
Mhm.
just know this one thing: if they could stop, like start developing Mobley and Jared Allen more, I think they could be. They should have been a top two team. I think they kind of underachieved a whole lot, especially after last year and that debacle last year. Like they underachieved, like a full lot underachieved. But
But
I just
Detroit.
think, I think honestly,
Mhm.
if they this matchup favors to me Cleveland, the experience, the toughness. I think Cleveland has more. I would not be surprised. In fact, this would be my upset of the semifinals. That Cleveland would beat Detroit. I think they do beat
I
Detroit.
yeah, see, that's where I disagree with you, man. I think that Cleveland still is soft. I think
I know I get
they
that, but man,
soft like
I,
biscuits.
I know.
They soft like biscuits to me still.
Still,
Yeah.
Jared Allen, they still
I
that
think they're
both.
good, but I think they're soft. I think this really woke up Detroit, and I think they're just gonna carry this momentum.
Jalen Duren to me really he had
Yeah,
an awful
he
series,
he had a
awful series,
horrible series.
and he's supposed to be a man. He wants
Horrible.
to be a max player. You can't be that. You average like what 12 and 8. Oh, come on, like I mean,
But, I mean, Isaiah Stewart and Durant.
I hear you.
We'll see how it goes. I still think it could go 7 games, but,
Yeah, yeah,
um, I think Detroit wins it. But I think to me, Cleveland still just looks soft. I don't know if it's just personnel or just their style of play. Um, I don't
yeah,
Toronto wasn't Toronto is a good team, but they're not that great.
yeah.
They're
They're
not
missing
like
a piece. They're missing
yeah,
pieces.
they're like yeah, they're missing pieces. They're building. They're doing really good things in Toronto,
But to be
but they're
honest, to
not.
be fair, I'm gonna be a little fair now. Those, I think it was game 4 and game 6. Those RJ Barrett crazy shots. Like it took a lot of unfortunate misbalances for Cleveland to lose. A lot
Yeah,
of misfortunate. But James Harden, give credit where credit is due. I'm all about giving credit. James Harden got that monkey off his back, getting past the first round. He hasn't been past the first round since the Thunder. He went to the finals in 2009. No, 11, 2011. He hasn't been
mhm,
out the first. No, I'm taking that back. Houston. I'm sorry, I gotta go back to you. 2017. So him getting reformed back in playoff mode, since his Houston days and all, just it sparked a light up in there. I just think their experience is gonna help them more than anything. Detroit still doesn't have that experience. I mean, to me, it took a lot for him to come back from this 3-1. It should have never got that point.
it should have
Like
never got to that point.
it
It really
should have
shouldn't
never
have.
got to that point. It's gonna be an interesting series though, Cleveland, Detroit.
I
It's
think
gonna be business.
it'll be an interesting season. I just don't see any dogs at all on Cleveland.
Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell. He's a dog. Like
Donovan, he's a dog. James Harden,
we'll see.
Mobley and Allen, your dogs gotta be bigs, man. I
We'll
just
see.
don't see and, this is one player.
I know Kate Cunningham took it to another level though. This
Cade,
off
man,
postseason took it to another level. Like he took it to another level.
he's like,
Like
"I'm just gonna carry the team." Tobias Harris had a great game today.
that shocked me. Like Tobias Harris is really known for just not showing up, especially in
Yeah,
playoff time. 30 was at 32. Oh, I was
yeah,
like, whoa,
yeah.
Tobias went off tonight.
Cade and Tobias, they really showed out. And then Duncan Robinson, he's finding his niche, coming into his role as a three-point shooter and a spacer. And, then they got Jenkins.
Yeah,
Uh, I saw one tweet of, Jaden Ivey was talking about how Cade is not a point guard. I didn't, um, completely listen to what he had to say. I had to go back and look at it, but,
yeah.
they are missing a point guard, and Jaden Ivey was a point guard, but, we know how that
We
went.
know how that went. Yeah. So let's put it
So,
like this: the Eastern
you
Conference.
I don't think he would have really helped Detroit anyway as the point guard, but, you know.
Jenkins has more upside. Jane Ivey's still jump shot needs to be worked on, but it was, I like how Jenkins has elevated his game for Detroit though. The Eastern Conference is going to be really intriguing though.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think the West is going to be that intriguing. Maybe a few moments then and there,
Yeah,
Minnesota and
and the
Spurs.
Spurs.
Um,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
have this
let's talk
conversation
about
about
it.
Joker. I want to have this conversation about Joker because
Okay, yeah.
it's been eking me so much. Like these pundits are giving him a, I think are basically giving him a pass. A lot of them are like, yeah, Joker just doesn't have the help and the assets and the tools to
He
get.
has it all.
He had
I
tools,
I think I this is what I think because they've run into Minnesota. I think Minnesota is just a really, really, really bad matchup for Denver. I think if they were playing anybody else, they probably would have advanced to the second round. But
right?
Minnesota with Gobert and with Daniels guarding full court, Aaron Murray,
Right.
full court, and then Aaron Gordon being out, being unhealthy, really the last 2 seasons, that really hurt Denver.
Yeah.
And I mean, and Bron the one thing I can't stand, and I see this too often, and I saw this a lot in with Denver, um, but passing up layups
Yeah.
and kicking it out to the three-pointer. Bron did that so many times. Like it really gets on my nerves when
Yes.
you have an open lay like you turn into Ben Simmons. Like
Right.
why? I don't so
Chick
many
Fil A.
players turn I saw so many Ben Simmons impersonations through
Yeah.
these playoffs. It's unreal. I
Right.
mean, you have an open layup. I mean, a wide open layup. You get a rebound, an offensive rebound, all you gotta do is go right back up.
Mm-hmm. But I want to kick it
Instead,
out.
you pass it out and you wanna take a 30-footer? Like, why? Like,
Why? I agree. And it's like Joker had help. Like you have Jamal Murray, All Star, or going
he
to be
may
a
be
NBA All Pro, at first team, second team. He's one of those teams. Jamal
yeah,
Murray, Tim Hardaway,
yeah,
finalist for Six Man of the Year. He's there. Cam Johnson was like 10th in 3-point percentage this year. Aaron
and then,
Gordon,
you know,
yeah, like you said,
he traded, Michael Porter Jr. and pretty I mean, they're both pretty much the same player.
Michael Porter would have made this even worse. And I like he's not
Yeah,
even like I think Cam Johnson is a better fit for him moving forward.
yeah.
Um, I just hate the fact that they they look like they just quit on a coach or didn't or tune them out. And we see this all the time. When you quit or tune out a coach, who's the first to go? The coach is the first to go. So I think the full move is to get David Allman out of here. Like I think that's he's gone after this season. I think that's clear as cut. Like even Joker said, yeah, sure,
Well,
everybody get
uh,
fired. Like,
he probably would be on a different organization. I think Denver came out today or yesterday saying that he was coming back.
no,
Joker said he's gonna resign. I believe it when I see it.
I think
I feel like Jokic should really sit down and consider his options
I
with
think so.
his contract. I think he really should consider just joining up with Luka next year.
The Lakers, yeah, I had that
That's
up. I
what
had
I think.
that deal up
I
there.
think Joker really needs to sit down and ask himself, "Am I going to win a championship
Yes,
in
because
Denver for the
right,
rest
you got
of?"
one.
Because I mean, Luka's a point guard. There have been times where Joker is pretty much initiating the offense or has been like the point center or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, that everybody is on the trading block pretty much from what I've seen or at least what's been said is that everybody in Denver is on the chopping block roster wise. And so the changes are going to be made. And if I'm Joker and changes are going to be made and you sign a contract, you're tied to whoever they bring in.
Yeah,
Now you've been to the playoffs these last couple of years with this group, and now you are you going to blindly re-sign with them, knowing that they're going to make changes with zero guarantee that that you're going to be right back to championship level ball.
yeah,
With LeBron potentially staying, not staying, or whatever. If I'm the Joker, I'm thinking I'm reviewing all my options, and I'm thinking, hey, Luca, Joker, they seem real cordial together, like they friend, real
yeah.
close friends. Maybe Joker goes sign somewhere else. Maybe signs with the Lakers. That would be a
That's the
absolutely
only one.
crazy
Yeah,
lineup, a crazy take.
it
But
would. But that's the only team I can see him going to is the
anything is,
Lakers because
yeah.
of Luca,
I mean,
Luca's
anything
relationship.
is possible. That is the only team I could see Joker
Yeah,
sign with.
it'll take a lot of convincing. I just don't think Joker has that. I gotta. He wants to be the main guy. If he goes to Lakers, it's
I don't
Luca.
think he cares where. I think he wants. He's comfortable.
He's
He's
comfortable. You don't think
comfortable.
he's like he wants to be an alpha dog? You don't think? Because I think
Oh,
I
I
got
mean,
the
I
alpha
think he's
dog
the
thing.
alpha dog, on Denver's team, on Denver, but
Yeah,
I think pair him with Luca,
that's a nasty one.
that's a serious 2 1-2 punch.
It is.
That
I
is
just,
a
I
serious
just
one
think
2
his
punch.
legacy, his legacy took a real hit. The fact you couldn't get it done without Ant-Man, without Dante DiVincenzo, and AO, all missed this game. Three scores. Like you still couldn't figure this out. Like even if you play the Spurs next and they demolish you, which either if it was either Denver or Minnesota, I think the Spurs are just wiping off the court anyway. So but you couldn't get past that. I think his legacy it took a hit. Joker took a hit with this, like, but I give credit where credit's due. Minnesota played with a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Rudy
Gobert,
Gobert
you know,
played out of his mind like Utah Jazz Rudy Gobert. Like Julius Randle just took it up a notch. I want to see Mike Conley get it done. But I just don't think it's gonna get done against the Spurs, especially with questionabilities of Ant-Man. I don't know.
that's gonna
But
be, I mean, you put Joker this is gonna be the tale of who's the better big. Shaq said that Wemby was the perfect big, right? So
mhm.
now Joker and now Gobert has to guard Wemby, advantage Wemby. And you
Oh
know
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
They're gonna expose Gobert because I mean he's gonna be on skates. I mean, literally. I don't see, a whole lot of like blow bys and things like that. But Wemby's gonna put him in ISO situations
And move out the way. Yeah.
and it's gonna be step back. He's gonna Jamal Crawford him all over the floor in the open court.
Yeah.
You know, and threes, twos, step backs, it don't matter. Wemby is that efficient to
Yeah.
where, he can score and do all those things. It's not gonna be Wemby gets the ball and he's looking to pass. No, he's looking to score. Whereas Gobert versus Joker, it's Joker getting the ball and he's looking to pass or he may score,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
It's
know.
gonna be
So
yeah, it's gonna expose Gobert, and I just think, like you said, Wemby is gonna be the main guy. I just think I want to see like everybody else, De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes, like everybody else, how they flow with the game as well because they just got too many
Harper, yeah.
lethal scorers and
Harper,
Minnesota
Castle, Fox. I mean,
and
that's 3
yeah,
guards right there that can score whenever they want to.
yes.
And then there's not enough Jaden McDaniels on their team.
And I want to give Portland Trailblazers a shout out though. They went through a lot this offseason, a lot this
Man, yeah,
and I think my boy Tiago Splinter deserves to get another couple
yeah.
years in. They might not bring I don't know, but Scoot
It doesn't
Henderson,
sound like it.
it doesn't. It feels like he's gonna be gone too, but it's like, man,
Yeah,
Scoot
you give
Henderson,
them credit because I mean,
that was
their
a lot.
owner sounds
Like,
like, really cheap.
I can see
You're not even providing your team with
right.
shirts,
I
a
know.
towel, you in the playoffs. You know how
What
long
halftime suggestions?
Portland
What
when
should
has
I do at
Portland ever
halftime?
been relevant since
Right.
back in the '90s? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like
come
yeah,
on,
like
man.
and I just saw a documentary on Netflix, the Portland Jailblazers.
Yeah,
They were really badly ran, the Trailblazers, like very badly ran, and only getting worse. Um, but then they But they have some Scoot Henderson, really.
Yeah,
He made
they
me
got some
finally
players.
look good. He made me finally look good because I was like, Scoot Henderson about to jump up and ascend to be an NBA player. It took a while, but like this
Yeah,
year, like
he
yes, like
emerged.
he emerged. Like and Shannon Sharp, Shady Sharp missed a lot of
Shannon
the
Sharp.
time
Yeah,
this year. He missed a
yeah.
lot of time. He was on the rise as well. So they have
And that's probably
another
the only
player. Yeah,
criticism that Splitter got was the fact that he didn't put him in or
yeah,
play him enough.
play him enough, right?
Yeah,
So and Drew Holiday, he bought in. He bought into
yeah,
what they were saying. So I give credit where credit is due. Like Portland has something in the stewing. Phoenix
yeah,
too. If you want to talk about what Kevin Durant should have done, Kevin Durant should have stayed with Phoenix, like, and just see where this can go. Like, elevate them even more. Like, Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks brings toughness to this team that I think if they were still in Houston, they would have beat the Lakers. I think
I
if
mean,
they would just
Devin
kept that
Booker.
same team, yes, if they
Yeah,
would have kept Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, the Houston Rockets would have beat the Lakers. They would have. I mean, that's just plain and simple. Like I'd rather have seen them than play Golden State because I think Golden State would have been worse. Like this would have been a worse outcome if Golden State played OKC. It'd probably been 50 points. We'd be looking at like a largest playoff margin in 4 games, like if they play Golden State. But I like what Phoenix done. They got a bright future as well. So
yeah, they do. They do. So with the we have OKC advancing versus LA, and we have San Antonio advancing versus Minnesota. The first two games, without Anthony Edwards,
mhm.
potentially, I think those are going to be the critical games. I think Minnesota can get at least 2 games
Yeah.
uh, versus the Spurs. I think OKC in the sweep versus the Lakers.
You're
I
not
just,
giving one
I
game.
don't
You're not
think
giving the GOAT, the
we're
king
going
one
to see
game.
the body language of LeBron,
Okay.
and his body language is really going to tell it all. You
Yeah.
know, and it's almost like with Joker. The first, I think it was like the first game playing Denver. When Joker starts getting in fights, they've gotten into his head, and the series is pretty much over when he
Yeah.
starts fighting.
I say OKC in 6. I think they get 2. I
Yep.
think they get 2.
The Lakers.
The Lakers get 2. I think OKC is 6.
I
I
think
really
it's
just want to
gonna
see
be
OK.
fun to watch. I cannot wait to see that series. Watch that series.
Yeah, but Lakers.
SGA.
Yeah,
I
SGA.
mean, just the theater of it. I mean, I know OKC is the better team, but they're already talking about fouls. You know, we're talking about flopping.
Yeah,
With the New York Knicks and Philadelphia, we're talking about flopping when it comes to or foul creation or
mhm,
foul baiting, whatever we want to call it, with
yeah,
OKC and the Lakers.
yeah.
And then we're talking about, ISO ball and just overall toughness with Minnesota and the Spurs. And then we got Detroit classic knockout drag out with Cleveland and the Pistons. Second round is gonna be really, really good. Who do you think with the New York Knicks and Philadelphia? How that's gonna
Ooh,
turn out?
I think Knicks in 7. I think Knicks in 7.
That's gonna be really good. I mean, I wouldn't. I know the referees. Hopefully, they hold the whistle as far as like uh suspensions and potential fights that
Yeah.
could come out.
Hmm.
We'll see how that goes. But the second round looks like a classic. Uh, some classical matchups.
In the East.
More so on the East
Yes, yes,
than the West.
more in the East than the West. Yeah, I agree. Like,
Let's see. The first games are
tomorrow,
going to be, yeah, starting tomorrow. Let's see. The first
Nick,
game.
Knicks and um 76ers, and then Timberwolves and Spurs. Then Tuesday it's Detroit, Cleveland at Detroit, and Lakers at OKC Tuesday. I think
Yeah,
that's how they got
yeah.
it.
Tomorrow, ooh, man, Cat. Hopefully, Embiid is healthy because he kind of got nicked up.
I would
Um,
be shocked. I think these first couple games might be blowouts because like I think a lot of them were tired. So I think they're
yeah, they. I mean,
might be
especially in the
tough.
East, but they
Yeah.
they exerted a lot of energy,
Yes.
and 76ers coming off of a game 7
Yeah,
going
I
up
think
against a
this
rested Knicks team
yeah, I think this will be a blowout.
and
But it shouldn't indicate what the whole series. You just get a blowout. You get
yeah, yeah.
like
So that's gonna be on Peacock,
yeah.
to our listeners. It's gonna be on Peacock. 'Cause
Well, the
I'll be honest, man, I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
honestly have to look between Amazon Prime, Peacock, and ESPN. I gotta, trying to find out exactly where, because you used to just watch it on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
You knew exactly where it was.
TNT or
Now
ESPN. Yeah,
yeah,
TNT.
now you gotta actually search, well, where is the game gonna be televised?
It needs to stop being
Subscription.
on Prime though. It needs to stop being on Prime. You can't even watch it like at
Yeah,
the
how
regular
would you yeah,
TV.
what would you rank? Because we got a whole lot of TV personalities now. We got
Cool.
Amazon Prime, then you got, um,
ESPN,
the
ABC.
ESPN, you got your
Mhm.
regulars on there. Let's
NBC.
see, NBC, that's who runs that? That's, I'm just trying to think of their personalities they got
Uh,
on there. Who's that? What? Reggie
Chief the
Miller.
Great. Yeah, Jamal Crawford,
Yeah.
Grant Hill. Yeah. And
And then
I think
Amazon
NBC,
Prime is like Steve
Steve
Nash,
Nash, Blake
Stephen
Griffin,
A. Blake
Stan Van
Griffin, Dirt.
Gundy. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them. I think Prime did okay. I'm not gonna. I mean, I think they're like number two. I say NBC is number one. I think NBC just
Yeah.
did that.
I
Like
think NBC is
I
yeah.
think NBC is the number one, and I think ESPN just number
They
three because
really
the
missed
Inside the
out.
NBA because Inside the NBA is just dead, and then
Exactly.
we're trying to
Yeah.
beat a dead horse up. It's just not there. Like
They didn't I don't think they didn't use them enough.
they didn't, and they're using them now playoff time, but before it was just every once in a while we'll play.
Yeah.
Just no. They only have like 20 minutes, and it's just
They
the same
didn't
old,
yeah, they
same
didn't
old. Like
utilize inside the NBA guys at all.
at all. Like Charles
Enough.
Barkley is Hayden Spewell once again. LeBron, they can't go into Houston and win game six. He's old and tired. I'm sick of his analyst. I'm sick. I'm tired of it. You do it every year. Like we get fed up with it. Like, and they're gonna do the finals, which I'm not looking forward to that. Like, I'm not like for 3 hours I gotta listen to them talk. Like, come on. Like, shoot. Ugh. Like, hey,
It's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be on Peacock, and I like their NBA team, their analysis team, and then Tuesday,
The only thing that's saving ESPN and ABC is Mike Breen. That's the
that's
only
the
thing
only
that's saving them. And
thing.
Richard that's the only thing that's saving them. Like him, like and Richard Jefferson and Tim Legler. Them three, that's it. Everybody else is just horrible. Like
Bang,
love Mike Breen. That's my guy. Like shoot,
bang.
puts it in. Like I just love Mike Breen. Like I like
No, it's gonna be fun. Starting tomorrow, um, yep, like you said, 76ers and Knicks, that's at 7, followed by Timberwolves and Spurs
only on Peacock,
on
which
Peacock, NBC.
okay. Only on Peacock though. Just on that sucks. Like if you don't have Peacock, I do, but
Yeah, I mean
like
I mean, them bills add up, all them
I
subscriptions add
know. And when that season is over, cutting them off and then get ready for like
up.
that's the oldest trick in the book.
Well, NFL, they following suit too, you
Hmm.
want Thursday night, you gotta have Amazon. If you want
They're
Sunday
doing
night
the night
football,
before Thanksgiving. They're doing a Wednesday night game the night before Thanksgiving. These
are
NFL,
they really?
they are, they
Oh,
are.
wow, I didn't know that.
They're so greedy. They're having an Australia game Wednesday, and then no,
Oh yeah, that's right. The
the
show is
Seahawks are opening up Wednesday, and then they're
on a
having an Australia
Wednesday
game the
and a
next day.
Thursday.
Rams and 49ers. The NFL's doing so. Oh, they're doing the most. Like,
We're gonna save the NFL talk.
oh yeah,
I'm looking forward to the season though. I'm looking
I
forward. I
am
just
too.
want to see how everything
I hope the
completely
referees.
finalizes and crystallizes with the teams and everything.
I hope the referees are fully there. If they have these replacement refs, it might not be what we think it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that. They need to come up with a
Mm,
deal. The referees, like
mm, mm,
immediately, like they do.
ooh, ooh.
But we'll see.
Well, NBA playoffs, Greg.
Yes, sir.
I think we're gonna wrap it up right here.
Okay.
We're gonna get back to our families and fans. Please like and subscribe to our podcast. Comment. We would love to have your interaction, your feedback. Um, Subscribe to my podcast and also Greg GR Productions. I know you're sidelined with an exciting an addition to the family, and you're
Yes.
gonna be back in full effect once um, fall everything happens and we celebrate together and everything.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to that and new beginnings.
Yeah.
But please subscribe to our podcast and for exclusive content and and leave your comments and we definitely enjoy your interaction. It's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Looking forward to the second round and the Western Conference Finals.
Let's go.
Greg, you got any final words?
We will like, of course, we like during the week, maybe next week or some recap what's going on. Maybe the first four games, I assume. But I
Yeah,
just like you
yeah.
said, with these playoffs going on, it's an exciting time. I can't wait.
All right. Peace out, everybody, and see you next time.
Peace out.